Alright, hello everyone, my name is Corbin, and I'm going to be showing you how to take some Kraft mac and cheese and make it taste a lot better. So as you see here, I have kind of a big pot. You're probably wondering why I have such a big pot. Well, seems how it's so big, it's gonna boil the water a lot faster, making the noodles cook a lot faster as well. So here, we've taken some, and we've just roughly just kind of sliced them. They're not, some, you can make them thicker, make some of them thinner, as I have here. It doesn't really matter. And then with this broccoli, you're going to want to take stems, like the big long stems off. You're going to want to chop those off, tear them up a little bit, and then just give them a little bit of a tiny chopping. All right, so now I'm going to stick you up here. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to throw it on 5 or medium heat. I'm going to do that, and then what you're going to do, you're going to want to get salt, pepper, and just a, something else of your choosing. I'm going to do garlic powder, if I can find it. But yes, so you can do whatever you want. Oh, let's go ahead and get this water boiling too. We'll throw it on 6 or medium-high heat. So I cannot find the garlic, so I'm just going to use this roasted garlic, which is pretty much fine. It's the same thing. It's just roasted. Has a little bit of a different flavor to it. So you're going to take this, stir it up really quick. Sorry for that voice crack there. But you're just going to stir this up. And then you're just going to throw in whatever you think is right. And then pepper, salt. I think that's good. It's not a lot. You can see that. We just kind of give it a little bit. I'm just gonna mix this up now. And then what you're going to want to do is you're actually going to want to turn it up a little bit higher. Let's go ahead and throw that one. Let's go ahead and throw it on 6. Yeah, that seems good. Let's just throw it on 6. And which is medium-high heat. And you can boil your noodles a little bit faster just by throwing it up on a little higher heat. But it's not a big deal. What you're going to want to do is when you're cooking it, it doesn't necessarily have to be wood, but you're going to want something with holes in it. You're just going to, you're going to want to stir this up a little bit so nothing sticks. Should have done that before. It's all good. You can throw salt in there. It's up to you, just however you prefer it. I used this sausage. I just cut it, just to use about half of it for one box. You can do more or less. Just kind of depends on what you want. And for cooking, well, not for cooking, but for chopping. This is what you're going to want to use for vegetables, the curved end. This is actually what you use for vegetables, and you want to hold it like this. Gives you a little bit more control over it. Just like this. And yeah, just be careful with it. And it seems how we use this for vegetables, we went ahead and just used it for the meat. It's okay, it's not going to hurt anything. But this is what you're supposed to use for meat, or for vegetables. Like broccoli and stuff. This is what you're supposed to use for meat. But seems how we cut broccoli first, we just used that. And you want to use the vegetable one before meat if you're doing stuff like this. But if it's like a really strong, really strong meat, you're gonna want to use something like you're gonna use a knife for meat. But if it's just like, if it's just kind of soft, and you're just kind of, both of them are soft, like broccoli's kind of soft, and so is the sausage. You just use the vegetable one. But if it's the meat is something like like ribs or something like that, you're going to want to use the pointed one so you can cut it just a little bit better. Now, you can use a paring knife to cut broccoli and stuff. Like this kind of stuff, there's an exception for it. But like I said, it's not a big deal what you use to cut your stuff. That's just what you're supposed to use cooking-wise. But it's not that big of a deal. So we're going to want these to get just a little bit of a color to them. So yeah, we'll let that happen. And while we let that happen, our noodles will be boiling. So there's that. Just threw it in a saucepan because why not? It's not a big deal. You can, if you want, you can use your packet and everything and throw it in there and just make the sauce with that stuff already. Or you can just throw it all in here whenever you get done. It's not a big deal. You can do it however you want to. I'm gonna throw everything in here, and I'll see you whenever I get to preparing or like mixing.